It's not fair. Mori, how could you betray us like this? We subscribe to your channel. We like all your tweets. Some of us even donate money to you. So you're supposed to do what we say. We own you. And you betrayed us. This thing you have with Trash Taste, you like them, or you're like friends with Connor. It's not okay, Mori. You're not allowed to collab or like anyone unless we tell you it's okay. Don't you understand? Oh man, this topic. So I got a tag 3 days ago on January 23rd by Dark Raven. Thank you for the tag, Dark Raven. Says, more people thinking they are the moral police of words that people can use. This time going after Mori Calliope of Hololive Yen, condescending holier than thou morons. You are not the arbiter of speech. He says that in response to this tweet from Ame-Same Struggles. And I'm going to give you all the context in this video. I will explain the whole situation to the best of my understanding, because I looked into this, and to be quite frank, this whole thing seems absolutely stupid, to the point that I initially decided to not even cover it. However, 3 days after I got tagged now, here we are, and as you can see, I am covering it. And here's why. Mori is awesome, and I want to support her. There's people trying to cancel her, trying to slander her, and otherwise just generally dictate how she lives her life, and that stuff's not cool. And those people seem to be, unfortunately, a combination of some of her own fans, the deadbeats, as well as the typical antis that any successful person gets. However, Mori does get them a bit more because of what she said about V-tweeters and all that. Some people are still upset at her for her song, and they're using this situation as an opportunity to get at her. So if you already know about the situation, you'll hear my thoughts on it in this video. And if you don't know about the situation, again, I'll try to explain it to the best of my understanding. Okay, now let's run it back from the beginning. So on Twitter, there's this Hololive troll. Apparently, some people say he's a somewhat well-known troll in the Hololive community. I have no idea who this guy is, but that's what I see people saying. Anyways, he makes this tweet with a picture that he made in like Microsoft Paint, showing a deadbeat on the floor, watching Mori and Connor from Trash Taste, Sea-Dog VA, going at it, so to speak. Connor having a bit of fun with Mori. And then next page or next panel or whatever, the next part of the image shows the deadbeat crying. Mori becomes aware of the image and she leaves a sarcastic tweet, sarcastic response saying, I like the composition and the purple on the chest is an interesting artistic touch. I'm also a big fan of the deadbeat's expression as well. There's a good deal of complex emotions you've portrayed very well here, and I'm all for it. You've got a good thing going. Good work. And apparently the image is basically also a meme format that's been going around lately, like some NTR cucking meme, and this was this dude's version of it. Well, some of Mori's fan base, the deadbeats, found this response, found the image, and they were not so happy because they thought she was actually like praising it or something. And since it depicts the deadbeat as being cucked, they were heavily offended. This was not okay. Mori's theirs, no one else's. Although let me also make a distinction here. From what I saw, most of Mori's community, most of the deadbeats, were not all offended by Mori's response to this tweet. Some of them were just like, yeah, she's being sarcastic, it's whatever. Some of them laughing. Others saying things like, she should probably ignore the trolls, but not a big deal. But then you had some real controlling, real overly sensitive deadbeats that actually were offended by Mori's response here because they saw it as them getting cucked, and they were personally offended by this artwork. On top of that, some of them just don't like Connor either, and they don't want her to talk about the guy, don't want her to be friends with the guy, don't want her to collab with the guy. The whole 9 yards. And we'll talk about more of the reasons why they feel that way coming up. For now, you need to know that someone saw Callie's response, decided to post about it on Reddit Hololive with the title, Callie, post the image of Mori's response and stuff, and eventually they actually deleted the post. And some of the responses were things like this, for example, from Federer343, with 90 upvotes, says, Callie, this makes you look awful. You're literally promoting art calling your fans cucks to get a little edge on a petty dispute with a determined anti. On the flip side, Adara says, people really are blowing this out of proportion. It's a dumb meme. It's not complicated. It's not feeding the trolls. It's just a meme. Who cares? Only reason why people are getting involved with this is because of people complaining about her response. Callie owes you nothing. Don't cry about it not being professional. It's pitiful. That gets -4 downvotes. And then you got Chrome Shell 0129 saying, this is actually going to cause problems for other girls. Not feeding antis like this is Hololive 101. We've seen it happen before, and we all know the outcome of that. This needs to quashed now. Managers need to seriously berate her for this. gets 74 upvotes. And personally, even if you think she should not have responded to the tweet to begin with, I don't think saying she needs to be berated for it is really appropriate. So those were just some examples of the 500 or so responses in that Reddit post. But like I kind of already told you guys, it was basically a mixed bag of people either saying essentially that it's not a big deal, she's just memeing around, it's whatever. Others saying she should not have responded at all. And then the highly offended people that took personal offense to the meme insinuating that deadbeats are cucks, and or also really upset because Connor was the one that Mori was with in the meme. Mori herself would even post in the Reddit thread saying, "Nah, y'all are right. I deleted it. I can be better than this, sorry. I have some issues I have to iron out. I'd like to come back a better and more mature person. There's a lot on my mind, but deadbeats deserve better than this. Once again, sorry y'all." Mori would also go to Twitter saying, "Really don't know what happened to my brain today. I'll check myself before I wreck myself next time. It's a combo of a lot of things. I need to be on my own and figure some stuff out, so I'm going to hold off on streaming for a bit. I can be better for y'all. Big ups." Now, quick side note, Mori has returned to streaming already, so that's good news. And she also said, "For context, I hit the lean hard after the stream and caused a fuss where I shouldn't have. I think the surgery has me nervous and acting off as well. Please don't worry too much." I don't really know about the surgery situation that she mentioned, but obviously I hope that goes well for her. Unfortunately, some people decided to respond in other ways to her tweet. For example, the one I showed you at the beginning of this video actually from Amesame Struggles that said,
"Mori, you know what lean actually is, right? I know you might have probably wanted to use rapper speak, but as a Japanese company VTuber referencing something like that isn't a good look. Make sure to get some rest please, you've been out of the loop."
And that tweet hasn't exactly been well received. Regardless, Mori would make this tweet next, saying, "No, let me clarify before I peace out. Not actually lean. Just hit the drankies. I need to learn the actual meaning of some of these new age words." So it's pretty clear that Mori has some serious stuff going on, and it's unfortunate that some of these people aren't more empathetic towards that, especially the angry minority of her own fans. And if Mori does actually have some kind of drinking problem, well, I hope she's able to handle that. All right, so now let's circle back to Connor, starting with this clip.
So something like Hololive is a good example of this, because it's almost instant success. You don't have to be a good streamer. You will get success, right? Because you're part of Hololive, right? You'll get money. You'll get a lot more money than most people will see in their lifetime monthly, right? We agree on that. Is that fair to say?
I think we should change the subject.
Okay. All right, fine.
Okay. So I believe that clip is why some of the deadbeats don't want Mori associating with Connor, and why they took extra offense to that whole meme situation, as well as Mori's response. And let me be the first one to say here, that clip is taken out of context. There's more that he said than just that, but I'm not going to play like the whole 8-minute segment in this video right now. Now that said, I will also mention that I disagree with Connor saying that a Hololive member does not need to be a good streamer. We've talked about this before, not about Connor, but about other people making this take. And I'll say the same thing right now. Hololive doesn't just choose anybody to become a streamer, a Hololive streamer. They pick people that are quite qualified, that have some experience in entertaining people, whether they were already making content in some sort of way, shape, or form, or were an entertainer in a different way. They don't just take anybody to the team. And on top of that, if you're not a good streamer, even if you're a part of Hololive, well, people are going to watch somebody else. And I'm sure management isn't exactly going to be happy with you. In other words, you may end up graduating a little bit early. I will agree with Connor's comparison though. Yeah, if you are a part of Hololive and you're streaming, you're going to be making more money than the average person per month. Sure, that's a fair point. Although don't forget, YouTube takes a big cut of super chats, of ad revenue. Then depending on their contract with Hololive, they may kick some up to Hololive as well. And on the flip side, maybe they're getting some kind of salary from Hololive, from Covercore, but that's all going to depend on the contract. Aside from that, there's also taxes. Can't forget about taxes. Now, I don't know about in Japan, but for the EN side of things, they might even have an extra self-employment tax to pay. Again, that depends on how things are set up behind the scenes between the streamer and the company. In this case, obviously, Hololive/Covercore. However, even with taxes and all that other stuff, most likely the Hololive streamer is still making much more money than the average person per month. So yes, again, I agree with Connor on that. Now, some of these Redditors on our Hololive also seem to dislike trash taste in general. For example, some claim that Trash taste is controversial. Redditor Pen33 says, one of them said very anti-Nene things and hasn't addressed at all to my knowledge. This is more disgusting to me than the other thing, because Nene is so great and is totally undeserving of such mean-spirited nonsense. Of course, the accusation is as vague as possible, doesn't name who said it, doesn't name where they said it, or even what exactly they said. This other Redditor rebuked the claims, saying, no he didn't, you're spreading rumors. Here's the video right here so everyone can see for themselves. And it's a video of Joey, and this dude gets -9 downvotes. You'd think people would appreciate him actually linking the video. And Pen33 responds here with various quotes from Joey in the video, although it looks like he's trying to make Joey look as bad as possible to bolster his point. Like, this is not all Joey said. He was pretty much 50-50 on it. For example, Joey would talk about how he thought it was absolutely hilarious that Nene was in Playboy. And on the flip side, he also mentioned that it's a little concerning because the Japanese beauty standard is already really high. So if you keep getting these very cute virtual YouTubers in magazines like that, it might put an extra burden on women in Japan. But yeah, I think you get the gist of it. For these reasons, the Connor thing and this Joey thing, some of these people don't want Mori or any Hololive member ever collaborating with Trash Taste. They want to control who they talk with, who they collab with, who they're friends with. And then finally, Mori also has people going after her because they're upset that she didn't wish every single Hololive member a happy birthday when it was their birthday. Says here, barely remembers to wish her Genmate a happy birthday, doesn't wish Pekora a happy birthday, doesn't wish Risu a happy birthday, doesn't even wish Oga a happy birthday, does this. At what point do people outside this place start to realize that she just doesn't care? Man, all I can say about that is I hope these people find some greater meaning in their life, like sooner than later. Anyways, yeah, that should be the gist of the situation. Maybe I missed something here or there, but all the best to Mori. Keep up the good work. To the rest of you guys, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the comments and tomorrow for the next one.